Should be live right about now. Let's wait for it to pop up. There, it's popped up now. Waiting for some people. Howdy. Hey, Kel. What's up? What's going on, buddy? Whoops. Screwed up something underneath the desk. Hello there. Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing this afternoon? This fine Sunday afternoon. Destiny 2? Sounds about right. I've maxed out my faction rally this week, which is really stupid that they put a limit of 30 on there. So I don't really have anything to do on Destiny 2 right now. I just don't feel like doing the raid and stuff. Tired after starting. Yep. Hey, Ill Fox. I notice you. Potato. Sup? Okay, enough with the potato. Got a few people on now. You're very welcome. Enough with the potato, man. Enough with the potato. No spamming. Just wait for a few more people to drop in here before we get started. Whoops. Is that 4? No, it's down to 2. So, I might end up snapping this on purpose. What I'm thinking about doing is taking this cover right here, and it fits perfectly this way. However, this needs to be about a ½ millimeter forward, or maybe even a full millimeter forward, ever so slightly, and then down ever so slightly. So what I might end up doing is snapping this part off right here, and then moving it down and forward just a little bit, just so it fits perfectly in there, because they're both perfect fits. They're just not in the right spot at the right time, and that's going to bother me. Titan, New Monarchy, Master Race. Said no one ever. So I'm trying to figure out what the best way of going about this would be. I think literally just snapping it off would be the best thing, because the print lines are going to help where that seam is going to break. So I might just score this back part just so it doesn't peel, or even just score all the way around and then snap off. But I'm not quite sure what I'm going to fill in with yet. I wonder if I have any scrap print that would be like just thin enough. Because even a sheet of like ABS from like a Nerf shell or something would be far too thick. It's just ever so slight. How many blasters are in that thing? Just 3. We got the Zeus backing, which yes, I sacrificed an entire Zeus just for this back part. And then an Elite Raven, that was new in box, and then a XD Rapid Strike. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? No one, because pineapples wouldn't make it to the bottom of the sea before being eaten or crushed. Hey Ben, hey Gavin, sup? Is that blaster going to have your standard mods, you know, like Snickers Cage, XP180s, Amaron switches? You know it. All the above. Have a cage already picked out and everything. Okay, so now we have a few people in here. So what I was saying is I might score around this edge right here and snap off this tab, because this fits perfectly right here, but this tab needs to come about 1 millimeter forward and about 0.5 millimeter down, and it's bothering me enough for me to actually fix that. So instead of printing off a whole new piece, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. But I need a piece of plastic thin enough to actually do that. So what I'm going to do is try to find a scrap piece of 3D printed material, because even something like a sheet of ABS from like a part or something would be too thick. So I will be right back. Okay, this is what I was looking for. This was a I didn't clamp. I have a glass print bed, excuse me, and I didn't clamp it right, and it knocked off axis in the middle of the print. So obviously this one was a dud, so it only printed like the first layer. So it's just a really thin piece of plastic right here. So I think I'm gonna use this. Did I miss anything? Fox doesn't know it yet. Thank you, Caleb. How do I fill together? How are you going to fill the gap between the Raven and the Zeus stock? Probably just polycarbonate plates. Excuse me. I have a obscene amount of polycarbonate that I could literally just pull out of a hat from anywhere. This piece, for example. I don't normally take off the sheet, but this is for a special something. But probably just cover it with some plexiglass, or not plexiglass, Lexan, and then fill in the rest of the gaps and stuff. I also plan on shaving down this part of the Raven just so it meets up a little bit more aligned with the Zeus. Polycarbonate plate. Quit answering all my questions. So sub box is empty, so I guess I'll kill some time. Sub box is empty, so I guess I'll kill some time. Hopefully you get it before the cap, because there is a cap. So as much as I don't want to do this, I guess I'm just gonna jump right into it. So I'll start by scoring. Apparently I'll start by putting my head in frame. Sorry. I'll start by scoring right along the edge where I want it to snap. I really hope I'm not about to screw this up. I've never actually done something like this before. Confidence. Confidence is key. I want to break right about there. The way this is orientated in the print should also help the snapping. Hey Ben, don't screw up. Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh, there we go. Well, that actually worked. Okay, so now before I go any further, see, that just fits in there so perfectly. And then that goes right there. I don't even know if you can see that gap in there. That little tiny dark line in there. You can barely see. There you go. You can barely see that. And that's the thing that needs filling. That was almost hard to get out of there. I guess that's a good sign, though. Hey, Hawkeye. Hey, what's up? What's up? Sorry you will be in the background while I go to see the last sector. Yeah, for sure. No problem, no problem. How much would be to have a prop made from scratch? I need LEDs and potential glass work, unless you can make a clear solution. I am not going to do that. That takes hundreds of hours to do properly, and I'm not about to do that. No, 500 is a joke. Depending on what you're talking about, for something that I'm gonna be happy with, it's not going to be worth it. A prop takes a lot of time and effort. Like, this isn't prop level stuff, and $500 wouldn't even touch something like this. So either find professional help that has more access to tools than I do and is better at this stuff than me, that can charge cheaper, or you'll have to do some form digging and see what you can pull up yourself. So just cleaning up some of these surfaces before I... Oh, that sound. Before I go any further. Bear with me for 1 second. Oh, that's terrible. Sorry, guys. Two and a half hours, yeah. Difference between amateurs and pros right there. Belt out something in an hour. It's just something I threw together real quick. So now we'll try to take some of this and cut it out. I think actually scissors will be the easiest. Believe it or not. I don't know if Ben will recognize me since I've been here in most streams or not, but no, I recognize you. I'm not sure how I don't want to. I'm trying not to butcher people's names, which is why I don't say half of them. Like, I know Gavin and I know Caleb because those are easy, and I recognize a lot of you, like you, but I just don't want to butcher your name because I'm terrified that I'm going to say it wrong. Meow stick. Meow stick. I'll try to remember that. Meow stick, meow stick, meow stick. Then have you ever held at a place? What? Oh, I see what you're saying. So, I'd be lying if I told you guys I knew what I was doing at this point. I'm not actually sure. I just know I wanted to fix this. Now, one option would be for me to just put it in there like... Well, I think it's going to be the only option for me to put it in here like this. Glue the thing on here, and then keep fitting it, sand it down, fit it, sand it down until I get it to where I need, and then glue it on there. My only fear is I'm going to be using super glue, so if I spill out any super glue, this is now one piece. That's my only concern right now. L meow stick. L meow stick. Just call you mouse stick. Or meow. You'll get it. You can call me Verified. Have you ever you can say my name however you want. People say it wrong all the time. How about I just call you Simon? Need epoxy sculpt. Bend flat outside. I don't know what I'm doing. It's not hard to accomplish not knowing what you're doing. So I'm gonna mark about where I need to cut. I doubt you can even see that line I just made. I just made like a tiny little dot. Okay, and now I think I can get away with gluing that on there. Waiting for the connection to hit. I will not. I will not get that connection. I have no idea what you're referencing. Ben, do you like Bill Ward? I have no idea who that is. Maybe use some kind of lubricant sort of. Maybe. Would lubricant protect from super glue? I guess that's kind of a stupid question. It's an option. I think you can pronounce my name. Yeah, Fox. Yeah, L Fox. I said that at the beginning. Not scared of that one. So, remember when I said every time I open something of super glue, I always get it on my hands if I don't have gloves? I promise I'm going to get it on my hands. If I don't get it on my hands, I will be absolutely shocked. Now, if this isn't thick enough, then I can always glue on a second layer. This gives me some thin sheets to work from, though. See? Told you. What was that? It wasn't even freaking on. How did that happen? Where'd that come from? I'm shouting into the mic. I apologize. I legitimately have no idea where that came from. It just got on my pinky. Every time. I'm telling you. I'm freaking telling you. I have no idea where that came from. That actually pisses me off because I was being super careful and I was like, oh yeah, I totally got away with it when I put the cap on. I was like, oh yeah, I totally just got away with it. It just got on my pinky and I have no idea how. My pinky just stuck to the thing. Are you freaking joking me right now? Whatever. Move on. Move on. You have an audience. Don't get too mad. That's freaking retarded. Whatever. Whatever, man. I think that might be the right height. That's infuriating. That's just messed up. Still a little bit wet. I have this stuff that I haven't tried. It is an instant set for super glue, and I've wanted to try it for a long time. They've had it on, excuse me, they've had it on like Amazon and stuff like that for a while, but I just haven't had a chance to pick it up. But I saw it in an actual store, so I picked it up. Give me one sec. Just don't want to be spraying it directly on my work surface because I'm not actually sure what it's made out of. I have to be careful not to have any sulfur-based products near stuff. I actually, never mind. Now that I remember, I actually remember testing this. It doesn't have any sulfur. Before people ask, sulfur will inhibit curing of silicone, platinum-based silicone. So I can't have any of that around. Good thing Volcom didn't see that or he would have poked fun at you. Triggered, you know. Yep. Freaking told you, though. Wasn't much, luckily, but it was just enough to say, ha, screw you. I need something to actually set on to cut. Let's see. Because there's actually a gap in between whatever. I don't want to cut on this. I don't want to cut on this. Whatever. I'll just... Oh, you know what? There we go. That works. Watching my thumb. It's a little bit of overlap right there, so I'm just going to file this down just a hair on this side. Round off some of those. Will you ever come in Nerf in Canada? Probably not. If I ever go up there, I'm probably going to be visiting my friends that have nothing to do with Nerf. I don't travel a lot. Plutonium, do you enjoy college humor? Not really. Not really my side of YouTube. What are you doing? I'm adding a layer of plastic right here because I snapped this piece off on purpose because I'm trying to get it down and forward a little bit. I'm trying to shift this piece just a hair. So adding some plastic. I think I might actually need one more layer of plastic and then sand it down. Super glue sets as fast as it is, you know. Yeah, it does. But especially when you start getting it in larger globs, like it's really good if you take two surfaces and splat them together perfectly smooth. But if there's even a little bit of a gap, that'll take forever to dry. So Instaset's excellent for that kind of stuff. I need to square this off because this is not square right here. Driving me nuts. Should be able to just glue on another layer like that. I'm really tempted just to pull out a glove just because, but I'm not going to. Put that away. Floating around a little bit. I really like the live streams because you get to see the trial and error of Nerf modding. Yeah, the trial and the error process is some of the most fun that I have doing it. The problem solving. Do you play music? I don't play music during my live streams just because I'm more of a background stream. I'm not really meant to be the primary source of entertainment. I'm sanding stuff for 3 hours. There's only so much entertaining that's going to be. I try to answer your questions and stuff, which is kind of entertaining. But the actual viewing content is kind of garbage. So I let you guys either play your own music or work on homework, work on your own modding blasters, or watch another YouTube video in the background, or blah blah blah, whatever. The options are kind of endless there. So you can do whatever you want. But if I play music, that kind of limits what you're able to do, and that kind of sucks. So that was the long answer, but short answer is no, I don't play music. Is Nathan we don't speak of that thing. English is my breakfast. Yeah, I'm sanding. Or grinding Destiny 2. Not actually sure if that's dry. Doesn't take much, just enough to touch it in there. This stuff's kind of cool. I feel like it's one of those things that everybody should have, but not a lot of people have it. I don't know why I just put the cap on this. Does that have a Zeus stock edition? Yep. Zeus stock right on the end of there. A whole Zeus died for that. Gotta love it. Certain satisfaction with killing an entire blaster just for one little part. Does that make me sick? That might make me sick. Hee hee, that could have been used for something else, but it wasn't. I'm killing Zeus for the handle, flywheels, and cage. Do what you gotta. If you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you know what I mean? No beating around the bush. Now I feel like that's touching, but I feel like it's a slightly too thick. Probably a 1/4 millimeter too thick. So I'm gonna sand that down just a hair. As evenly as I can. That's another thing that files are good for, is keeping things nice and square. There we go. That's about perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Nice. Okay, cool. Do you have the rest of the Zeus still? Yep, I do. It's somewhere. Killer Rap Strike for the tack rail. Lol. Why did you sound like a New York mobster right there? You know. It's, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? I don't know. Is the Longshot 4B integration a good idea? I don't know. It's up to you. If you like it, no one can tell you that it's... I mean, efficient-wise, that might not be the best idea. But if you like the shell and you want those internals, there's not really a whole lot that I can tell you is wrong with it. Which one do you think Siva will make a return? I don't know if Siva will make a return at all. Because Siva was a last-minute thing, I think. Or they wanted to put it in Destiny 2 or something. Because when Siva launched... when that DLC came out, that was supposed to be Destiny 2. They pushed back Destiny 2. So I think what I'm going to do is put a drop of hot glue. Yeah, a drop of hot glue, guys. A drop of super glue in the middle right here. And then put it on there. Spray on my thing or whatever. Let it dry. And then come back and put more super glue around it. Just so it's not leaking out and getting everywhere. I say this, but it's still going to get everywhere. That's the idea, anyway. Taking bets on how badly I'm going to screw this up. I'm actually going to wipe off just a touch of the excess. Now this side's dry, but the inside kind of hasn't had a chance to dry yet, so we'll just keep waiting. chilling with my doggo. I know you don't like animals, but I like dogs. I mean, I'm not like a complete monster. I'm not just like, you know, you're not allowed to have animals because I don't like animals. If you like animals, that's completely fine. As long as the animals are nowhere near me, I'm perfectly okay. Maybe just find a cheap Centurion then. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but that's okay. You guys are allowed to have conversations. This is my stream and you can't have any conversations without me. Ah. Throws hissy fit. I bet I could aim some spray down in there. Whoops. That was far too much. Did not mean to do a full spray. Coated that entire thing. Oh, that's gonna break. The fit on there is so tight that it's totally just gonna snap right off. I don't trust that in the slightest. Poke it from the other side. For a second I thought I got some on my hands and I was about to throw another hissy fit. That doesn't fit, that's too wide, stupid. Hold on. It's too wide. Ugh, hold on. I've got this. Ah, balls. Did it anyway. Totally just snapped right off. Okay, take two. Trial and error, trial and error. Well, that sucked. I think the tight is... Oh! I think the fit's just too tight in there for me to pull it straight off. Let's see. Ben's was... Whoa. I missed a lot. Oh my god. Throws his fit drop below 1,000. You know, animals more rare than blasters, right? Because you know, have you only sanded that right side of the shell? Yes, I've only sanded this side of the shell. This side is completely unsanded. I still have to do it. You wouldn't use cast for not 3D printed. Wouldn't you want to use a casted part? This is just the master. This isn't the finished. Just the master for now. See, if I do this outside of this, I'm afraid it's not going to align properly. I'm never going to get it perfectly aligned. So I think I'll just keep sanding away at these edges until I can get a not so tight fit. What music do you listen to if listen to music? I'm not very diverse in my music, just because I don't listen to a ton of it. I'm the kind of person that can listen to the same thing over and over and over again. Breaking Benjamin, Disturbed. Disturbed's really as hard as I go, though. I'm not into screamo. That's much better. That's not like a death grip on that. That just flicks right out. If I can get my finger under it. So that's a little bit better. I feel like that's not sitting all the way down because of that in there, so I'm going to sand that down a little. If I can get the right tool. Do you ever plan on casting setup advanced enough to cast entire blaster shells? I have access to that kind of technology. I'm just not going to because those projects are 4 digits. And I don't have that kind of money to throw into stuff like that. For even the possibility of getting copyright infringement and a cease and desist, not worth it. I'd probably sooner design my own shell, and that takes way more effort than I care to do at the moment. Do you like Metallica? Not really. I don't really listen to Metallica. That's a little too heavy for me. Like I said, Disturbed is pretty much as hard as I go. Has anyone ever made a useful gas blowback CO2? Not blowback, but I know people have used CO2 before, and that you just have to be careful because it'll freeze your components, so you have to have temperature safe components when using CO2. Everyone knows at least one Metallica song. Yeah, I know one. Get it? One Metallica? One, okay. Google search catchphrasing. Hawkeye expose. No, I advise people all the time. You can go to Smooth-On. Actually has a YouTube channel that you can get a bunch of information for casting resin. I'm just not going to divulge a lot of what I've learned because there's a difference between watching a video and actually people telling you trade secrets and the little details that they don't tell you in those videos. And once people start, it's going to be, oh shit, I need to trial and error this. And I just realized I cursed, so I apologize. But it's a lot of trial and error, a lot of just doing it yourself. And I've spent a stupid amount of money learning that, and I'm not about to give away my business secrets. No offense to anyone. No offense to anyone. It's just personal preference. Okay, so let's try this again. This time without locking this stupid thing in here. Paranoid I'm gonna put this on backwards, which is why I keep checking it. I just realized that stuff has an odor to it. It's almost like sweet. It's kind of weird. Let's see. While you're still listening to, don't even listen to Metallica. It's too heavy. Yeah. I just like the style of Disturbed. For the record, I don't really like Disturbed's first album. For the record, which is what everyone immediately thinks about. I don't actually like most of the songs in their first album. I want food. Get some food. Kill him. It's I get it. It's gonna be, oh shirt. Russian heartbeat. So yeah, I just want to stay. I love the way PLA smells. I don't notice any smell of PLA. Maybe it's just because my nose is broken from all of this, these chemicals that I've had over the years. But people complain about ABS as well, like the way ABS smells. I don't get it. Like, I smell it. I just don't get how that's a big deal. Maybe it's just because I have other things to compare it to, and I know how bad it can get. But oh my gosh, that's such a perfect fit. There's still some gaps in there I need to fill, but oh my gosh, that is just a perfect fit in there. I'm really happy with that. Boop. That fits perfectly on there. So there's just no effort. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. There's like, you guys are like, there's no difference between that and what it was 5 minutes ago. But to me, that's ever so lovely. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Just got back from the movies. What did I miss? I snapped off this piece and then put some plastic in between there, and I super glued it so that it moved down and forward just a little bit, because this tab was just a bit off from the rest of the frame, but now it just fits perfectly in there, and I'm really happy with that. So now there's some gap filling that I need to do on this for a split second. Just clean my work area just a little bit. Yep, I am totally just putting that on the floor. I vacuum the floor every now and again, so it's not a big deal. Good luck cutting the rest. Yep. There's no, there's a big difference. Thank you, I appreciate that. I don't know if you're lying, but I appreciate it. You also like, which I like the TV show, like the show. I've never actually seen it. Well, I'm not terribly large into anime. I've seen several things. I'm just not like huge into it. Will you ever make metal parts? I have made metal parts for my hammer shot, and I totally have a piece of plastic in my mouth. That's disgusting. Yeah, I made metal parts for my hammer shot. Cursed Companion. Yeah, that smells really sweet. That's weird. I'm not sure how to take that. I'm a teen, so what do you think? What? I'm a teen, so what do you think? What do I think? Where am I thinking? What am I thinking? Who? What? Did I miss something? Oh, I like the smell of markers and paint. I have no idea what you're talking about, Caleb. I don't think the process is the same because of the heat. I want to make a move. Here's why is your stuff always so pretty? Because I take my time. I crunched the numbers in my latest video. Oh, I should not have this cap open. I crunched the numbers in my latest video, and I've been working on just this sanding, just this side of the shell, took 11 hours. And that is slightly depressing. That's slightly depressing to think about. But it all turns out in the end. I want to get a mill as well, Gavin. That would be nice. Magic. I really good. Boy, this spray stuff is great. I should have gotten that a long time ago. That stuff's great. Now, it doesn't need to have any structural strength at all, as long as I can handle it. It's perfectly fine, because I don't need this to be strong. I just need it to be the right shape. And that's the nice thing about molding. It can be made out of almost anything. Do you guys want me to epoxy this off screen, or do you want, or not epoxy, spot putty? Do you want me to spot putty this off screen and do this later? Or do you just want me to start working on this? I think I'll be working on this actually. Or do you want me to do this? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do the frame? Do you want me to do this back piece and just start working on the blaster? Or even do you want me to start cutting this out? So you have three options: cut out, back piece, or frame. I'm gonna make a chart project, but I have nothing except time to make it. Well, time is a resource. It is a resource. I'm thinking about flywheel PWMs. Any suggestions? The only thing I know about PWMs is make sure you're paying attention to the amperage rating. If you get something that's like 10 amps, totally gonna blow out. Completely gonna blow itself up. Make sure you get the right amperage rating. So if you have like Hellcats, those are like what, 27 amps each. So you're gonna want 54 amps at least, which means that the thing's gonna be freaking huge. But you know, that's gonna be the proper one. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? Remember that the amperage is just how much heat it can take. So if you get like a 1 watt one for 50 amps, it's gonna blow up immediately. But if you get a 40 watt one or a 40 amp one for 50 amp, it's just going to heat up slowly, and it's going to eventually get too hot, and then it's going to burn out. Fire blaster, different than the rough cut on stream. I came prepared for you. I was really hoping that you would say that. I came prepared. Just found this at Ross. Anybody who follows me on Instagram. It's the white Jolt. It came in the 2-pack, but who cares about the blue one? I already have a blue one. but I did come prepared. 'Let's see. 11 hours of standing on one side of the show. That's impressing. Impressing or impressive. Do your research. Good advice for anything. It's why I highly recommend stalking. For your most price. Yes, Ben, I trade some for that moment. You miss a large heavy and it feels in your mouth. Okay, thanks. Yes. Jolts. Come jolts. Okay. Alright. Sorry, but it is. Okay, I think I'm not getting any suggestions for what I asked. Let me know what you guys want me to do. If you want me to keep going on the frame, if you want me to go to the back piece, or you want me to cut this out. Let me know what you guys want. The rhinos will be 20 and 25 amps. No idea. I have no idea what the amps on the new rhinos are gonna be. Oh, on regular rhinos, I'm not sure about that either, actually. Fun fact. Yeah, we didn't need to know that. Back piece. Okay, well that was pretty universal. Just noticed that there are 16 people in here now. I don't know how long you guys have been there, but welcome to the stream. Feel free to put something else on over me, whether you're watching a podcast or something. So I actually bought, the annoying thing about this is, since this is a battery tray, they want you to undo these screws and pull it out, but they don't want you to confuse them with these two screws. So they actually have triangle screws in here. Now, I was going to rip out this bottom piece forcefully, but I'm glad I didn't, because it was actually way further in there than I thought. So I actually went out, bought some triangle drill bits, drivers, pulled them out, pulled the thing out properly, so this is completely gutted properly, then put them back in, put the triangle drivers away for safe keeping, and now I actually have no idea where the drivers are, but that's okay, because I kind of want to fuse this anyway. I don't kind of want to do it. I do want to do it because I'm going to be epoxying this piece on here anyway, which is going to combine the two. So I'm going to start by super gluing this thing together because I don't want it to move at all. It's going to be one solid block. It doesn't need to be a separate piece. There you go. So I'm probably going to cover all of these screw ports because I plan on using magnets for this. Not a big fan of magnets for holding battery trays on because they're going to be easy to come off. However, this is going to lock it in most of the positions, and then the only way to pull it off is going to be to actually pull it this way, like actually tilt it back this way, and my shoulder is going to be there. So it's kind of going to be hard to kind of take it off like that without purposefully doing so. So I think I'm okay with magnets for this scenario. I've been here like 5 minutes. I'm playing videos. Haha. Raptor say how much is better than Straven. Make a Raptor Stripes and say how much is better than Straven. I actually prefer the look of the Straven, to be quite honest. Screws. I like the top rail. I want to assemble some screwdriver can jam. Yeah, that's really annoying. Okay, so we'll start by just slapping a shirt ton of super glue in there. For those of you who are who don't know, who might be a little bit younger, that shirt thing actually comes from an older YouTuber, not age older, like he used to be popular. Someone called Wheezy Waiter. He used to be super popular, one of the OG one of the OG YouTubers, but he kind of fell off the face of the earth and isn't really as popular. I think he still makes videos, but he's not really that popular anymore. But whenever there would be cursing or something, he would put an image of a shirt over his mouth, and there'd be a little sound effect that he goes, shirt, and sometimes he would go, pants, and there'd be the corresponding pants image. But that's something that always kind of stuck with me. Fun fact that no one needed to know. Oh man, I wish I didn't have to wait for this stuff to dry. Oh, wait a second. Freaking done. The more you know. Cue rainbow. Just have to let that air dry, I guess. Should be fine. Now that is kind of permanently bonded together, so if I didn't want to do that, too bad. So yes, now comes the fun part of getting rid of all of this. Actually, wait a second. Oh, thank God. It's black plastic. For a split second, I was like, I think that this is paint, but then I realized that would make no sense if they molded this in blue and then painted it black. Thank God. It's actually just black plastic. Oh, just dodged a huge bullet there. I don't know why that I thought it was. I think it was just the trauma of getting all of that black paint off there. That I was like, God, please, no. Oh, I'm so relieved. Let's try to bond these seams, though. Keep this bottom part as flat as I can. Don't want to alter the shape too much. But I do want it flat. Go drunk, hot guy, you're home. I'm thirsty. Is anybody else thirsty? I need to get me a bottle of water. So who's your I'm gonna rephrase that. So just for the I'm not saying like obviously I'm your favorite Nerf YouTuber, but just for the sake of I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm really not. Aside from me, that's assuming anyone would pick me. Aside from me, don't say me. Who's your favorite Nerf YouTuber or Nerfer in general that you guys watch? I'm just curious, genuine curiosity. Because I don't really watch a lot of Nerf YouTube content myself. Just kind of the news and stuff. I watch things every now and again, but not like vividly watching a Nerf YouTuber or anything. Which Nerf YouTubers do you guys enjoy watching? Also, food poisoning is fun. What motors do you suggest for an auto pusher strife? No idea. No idea anything about auto pushers and strifes. MTB. Captain Xavier. Captain C. I'm assuming you mean Captain Xavier, which would be an X. Yeah, okay, X. MTB. Yeah, I enjoy MTB. Coop for reviews. Definitely Coop for reviews. I don't know. Nick. I'm assuming that's Nick Ferrari. Wacom for both. Wacom, Captain X, Drag, but can it take a K26? I don't know. A lot of people watch MTB. Cool. This is Wacom. I don't watch Coop much. Yeah. I only watch Coop for the reviews. But who doesn't, right? Need some sandpaper. Drax cool. Stock motors? Question mark. Probably not, because I don't know if they could take the or the power of the lipos. But Bobo becomes a rare sight. Yeah, Bobo doesn't make too much content, unfortunately. Yeah, MTV content for content. Mr. Nathan for integrations, and Welcome for tagbacks. Nick doesn't upload frequently enough. But I'm subbed to almost every nerf on YouTube. Yeah, me too. I think I'm subbed to the majority of them. I don't subscribe to a lot of the smaller ones. So I guess that's technically a lie. But the bigger ones, I mean, I'm subscribed to. Would you pronounce that Cherry Project? Cherry? Or just CHRY? Jangular? I miss Jangular. He only really does the news updates now, and I don't find those very entertaining or informative just because I'm so plugged into everything. I kind of already know that stuff already. I don't really need to wait to watch a news video. Personally prefer slower rate of fire. I prefer the slower rate of fire. Because it's Cherry, yes. Gets named for good reason. Totally not fabricating red. So as you can see, I'm trying to get rid of that seam a little bit. If we could focus. So down here, I've kind of gotten rid of the seam a little bit, and then up here you can see that it's off. The seam's off just a little bit, and that makes it really noticeable. But down here, it's almost unnoticeable just because I've evened everything out. You can see that the bump right here actually isn't even lined up properly, so fixing all that. See, I'm filing this as flat as I can, and you can see that I'm only touching one side because it's that far off. It's pretty sad. Should I try to get Neo Rhinos or normal Rhinos when they come out? They're not going to come out for about 6 weeks, I'm hearing now. They're not going to come out for a while, so if you need something right now, don't wait. But I would, if you have the time, I would wait for them. Hellcats, the normal Hellcats are being retired because the Neo Rhinos basically have as much power, or it might be a little more, a little less, but basically have as much power as the Hellcats, and they're in a smaller form factor, supposedly. So they're discontinuing those. So I just hope the quality is going to be decent, because I'm tired of ordering those kind of motors. Last time I ordered a weird motor was Hellcats, and I ordered 6 of them, and 3 of them were defective. And that's not uncommon. A lot of people got defective motors. They still technically work, but they scream something fierce. It's just unacceptable in my opinion. Wish this thing would even out already. Shells are decent and cheap. For the pusher I meant, there will be no Rhino with Nano motors coming up. Are they discontinuing the rhinos as well? That makes sense. Eating Lunchables, right? Well, I mean, I wish they wouldn't get rid of the rhinos, because some people don't want that much power, and some people don't want red motors, but whatever. Eating Lunchables right now because I have no money, but hey, it's free. Keep in mind I'm British. Yeah, they will. It counts as downgrade, Ryan said. Unacceptable. I also have to acquire... I also may have acquired some XP180s. I main springers only need 2. Maybe microwave the other 4. Are they XP180s or are they naked XP180s? Genuine curiosity. If you have XP180s, I'm calling dibs. Just flatten out already. This whole panel right here is so uneven. Look, there's like a little bit right there that I still haven't touched. That's driving me nuts. Focus. There we go. See that little shiny bit down there in the corner? I need to remove them from the blaster since they have no libels I can test. Flips table. I need to remove them from the blaster they're in. Oh, they're in a blaster already? That kind of sucks. What would be a good motor for... I have no idea about the high crush stuff. I'm not really into the high crush, high torque crap. I don't really need that stuff myself, so I haven't looked into it. So I have no idea. I'm gonna say the generic Fang or Michelle. I have no idea. What build? 2S or 3S? This is a 2S. Or you're talking to Joshy. Sorry. Didn't know who you're talking to. Just some burrs I'm getting rid of with the harder brush. There we go. That's a million times more even. So much nicer. Get some paint on there and you won't even notice the seam. Meow, is that are those naked XP180s or are those normal XP180s? Difference between naked and normal. The naked ones don't have the stickers on the outside and the shafts are a little bit longer so they fit the flywheels better. And then the normal ones have the diodes on the side and they have the stickers and they're a little bit shorter on the shaft. Don't build Michelle's with high crush, maybe Fangs, or wait for the Neo motors, or if you're impatient, maybe try to use Cronus motors. Whatever. Okay, I think that's mostly the seam worked out, so I can stop using the file, start getting into the sandpaper, and I'm going to start wearing a glove so I don't slowly wear away at my fingertips, so I can keep sanding for another 11 hours. Ryan should be doing some testing soon. 130s or 180s as of now. You said 180, right? I have no idea what you're talking about. Blaster Tech got 142 average with FEGs. FEJs, I'm assuming you mean. I would be I'm willing to bet everyone I'm willing to bet everyone this stream is male. I'm willing to bet everyone this stream is male. I'm willing to bet everyone this stream is male. Gavin, do you want to clarify? Did my stream just freeze? Oh no. Okay, that was just me not moving. That looked like that froze for a second. Vinyl dye or plastic primer. Use a proper paint. Vinyl dyes are not for plastic. They're not a primer in any way, shape, or form. What it's meant to do is go on vinyl surfaces that flex and stretch a little bit. And so it goes on very, very thin to keep the texture, and it goes on a little bit flexible, so it's kind of like a mini, or not mini, but it's kind of like a fake rubber type thing. But if you're using it for this, it's not really that great. If it starts to chip, it'll come off in whole sheets. It's not a good primer. You just use a regular, like an actual primer. You're better off. I have to go to bed. Bye. All right, you have to go to bed. But where are you? I wonder where you are. Okay, see ya. See ya, Simon. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm willing to bet everyone in this stream is male. There you go. That makes more sense. That makes far more sense. GG, see you guys. See you, Joshy. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm in Sweden. I have a friend in Sweden, actually. He's just outside of Stockholm. His name's Nicholas. Not Nicholas. 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 It's about 1 or 2 in the morning, East Asia. It was 1 letter. Man, that really screwed up. Screwed it up. It's only about 9 or so in Sweden. Well, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's about 9. See, I'm good at time zones in certain places because I have a bunch of friends all over the world from Xbox. So I've kind of memorized some of the places. I'm 7 hours behind Sweden. Central time. Hi, Noel. What's up? Just doing some surprise sanding. 19 people watching. Getting up there. Welcome everyone to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time streaming with me, I just sit here and talk to everyone. We're kind of hanging out, but I purposefully don't play music just so you can either play music in the background or you can focus on whatever else you're doing, like homework or another mod that you're doing yourself, or whatever it is that you feel like doing besides watching me. I'm more of a background thing. You can just hang out with us, talk if you want, or just sit there and listen to me answer everybody's questions unreliably. I just got 10,000 white AccuFakes. 10,000, jeez. Won't run out of darts anytime soon. Sorry, I went 5 guys. Hey, Pretzel. Listening to Spooky Scary Skeletons 24 Hours edition because it's Spooktober. Boys. Okay. Took me a second to pronounce that correctly. Trying so hard. Ben Full, Michael Jackson with the one glove. Hee hee. Promise I'll never do that again. See, this is why I don't make my streams available to view afterwards, because I do stupid crap like that. One-time thing only that only 20 people will see. Not to mention, I don't fully read all of the comments before I answer them. Like, I just kind of mutter through it. And that's going to be really annoying for everybody to watch for hours on end of me just sending and going, oh, yeah, that's right. And it's like, are you serious? Like, oh, what did he say? It's just the way I do things, so I'm not gonna torture people with that. And we will never let you forget. I'm scared of life. Low-key recording in the background. I got some sound files. You can never, you'll never get me to admit it. Nothing you do on the internet is truly ever gone. Some guy, somewhere, somewhere. Some guy, somewhere, sometime. That's what I meant to say. Please post that if you actually are. You can post it to the Wallcom Discord server. If you actually do have it. That's where it's probably going to be most appreciated. I don't know why I'm giving you advice for this. This is not nearly as bad as I thought this was going to be. Sanding this block. I thought this was going to be absolute hell, but compared to the rest of this is nothing. Like, I thought all these cracks and stuff would be terrible. It's not that bad. It really isn't. Gonna get a new sheet of sandpaper here soon, though. Actually, I think this has a little bit more life left in it. I think I just found a pocket. It's not done yet. One thing about this thing is normal paper gets clogged up so you can tell where you've been, but this doesn't get clogged up, which is nice because it makes it last longer, but it's kind of hard to tell where you've been and where you haven't been and what's dull and what's still sharp. So this paper has its pros and cons of its own, to be sure. It's not anything like some miracle fix all be all, you know what I mean? Wallcom and Hawkeye create the most steady blaster, basically just around saying the screech can be singled out, adjusted, pitch. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you recording? There, that one was a lot better, a lot cleaner. $21 people. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Where was I sanding? I just completely forgot where I was sanding. These curves are actually the worst part. This curve right here, a little indentation. It's kind of difficult to get around there. And it's actually like two different levels. Like this line right here is deeper than the rest of this line. There's actually a break right about here. I doubt you're gonna be able to see that. There's like a little line right here on the inside of there. It's interesting. Probably gonna stop to run downstairs to get a bottle of water really quick, just because my throat's starting to feel a little bit dry. There's a slight texture on the side of this. It's not too terrible. It's kind of like a stubble, but it comes right off, so it's not that big of a deal. I just got to make sure I hit everywhere with the sandpaper, which I should be doing anyway. So 22 people watching. I need to stop calling that up. I don't know how much I like all of this detail in here. I might get rid of some of the, just a little bit, like this little indentation right here that my finger's on. I think I might fill that in. Same with the other side. And then all these screw ports are all going to be filled in. So that just leaves the texture right here. But I don't want to overcomplicate. I don't want to overcrowd. Like I said, I'm going to be filling in this texture right here. I just don't want it super complicated. So, but we'll see. We'll see how things end up being, because I might say one thing and then it might end up being another, depending on what I feel like. 24 watching? Oh yeah, 24 watching. Now you're calling it. How's everybody doing? All the new people that joined, how you guys all doing? You don't have to post in the chat if you don't want to. Just making conversation. It's okay if it's one-sided. What do you guys do on Sundays? Once you get rid of the hot glue, what do you use to integrate the blasters together, and how? I have 2-part epoxy. This is Loctite brand methyl-acrylate based plastic adhesive. This is the epoxy stuff. It's the exact same stuff as DevCon, the exact same stuff, except DevCon is a little bit of a lesser brand, so it doesn't cycle through shelves as much, which means you can get bad batches, which mean like they're just sitting there forever, they're old. So it cannot cure all the way, and it kind of becomes rubbery and never fully cures. So I just use the Loctite stuff, it's more reliable. But I will mix this stuff up and go over on the inside and the outside, or maybe just the inside and then do the outside later, whatever I kind of feel like. Do some spots all over the place, then remove the hot glue, and then go back and do more of that stuff to fill in where I missed. And that will be in and of itself strong enough to hold everything, and then I'll use the epoxy sculpt to actually shape things a little bit better. Excellent, that's good. Sanding. What are you sanding is the real question. I feel like I've asked this before and I feel like you told me, but I don't remember what you said. Sitting here doing nothing, like unemployed piece of crap. I tried tired as hell and full from fair food. Fair, that's interesting. Sorry. No joke, my dad is charged. Changed my password and I see the notification on my account, and it's my dad every time. That sucks. I'm sorry. Thanks, I'm having a pretty chill Sunday, by the way. It's good. Chill Sundays are always the best. Sundays seem to be the day to kind of chill out. Saturdays are the due day, and Sundays are the chill day. Jen Urso. I feel like you've said that before. They changed the password and I forgot this, so I can't access it. That sucks, man. Blaster sanding. State Fair has really good. I'm assuming there's supposed to be a second Z in there. Pizza. I just had pizza for lunch, actually. Leftover pizza. It's just one of those frozen pizzas, but H-E-B is a grocery store here in Texas. It's like Texas only, and they have some really good frozen pizza. Oh my gosh, so good. And, so I had some of that last night, and then I ate the rest of it today for lunch. They also have fresh meatballs, like not frozen, but like actually fresh meatballs, and they're a little bit spicy. Not really spicy to me, but they're spicy. They have some flavor to them. And so I'll be making that for my dinner. I also take some deli pepperoni, like the big deli pepperoni, and put that over. Adds just another layer to it. It's really nice. I use mozzarella cheese myself. But we should really stop talking about food. I'm making myself hungry. You guys have Whataburger. I'm salty. It's okay. Whataburger isn't my favorite. I just committed like 3 sins by saying that, and now the police are after me. My phone rang, so I will need to answer that in 1 second. And with that, that's just about done. I don't need to sand in here or anything because there's going to be no points of contact, obviously. I'm not going to be sticking my finger in here and scratching it, so that's not going to be a problem. And I might actually just completely fill that up with epoxy putty. I'm not sure. I might not want to make it that heavy, actually, now that I think about it. But I still need to cut out a space for the magnet and figure out exactly what magnet I'm going to be using. But all that in due time. Ben, you sound like you make such good... I really enjoy cooking. I really enjoy cooking. I make a mean homemade pizza, like homemade dough and everything. I need an alpha and omega kits to come from Amazon. I really need... you order them from Amazon? That's cool. They won't. Oh, I didn't get a text message. eBay. Okay, chill out, eBay. Just got like 3 freaking things in it. I need to block their notifications from eBay. Okay, I'm gonna get that bottle of water I was talking about 7 years ago. I will be back in just a second. I'm just gonna run downstairs. They have the Exus too, so I don't know. The Exus is pretty cheap. I kind of want to get the new one they're coming out with, but it's... I mean, I just don't like spring blasters enough to justify me getting it. I want to eat Ben's food. No, I want them. Hello. I will be right back. I'm just getting a bottle of water. Yep, right back. Now, unlike other streamers that you might be used to, I'm not going to slurp this into the mic like a freaking maniac. I'm actually going to drink this properly. Did you hear that? No? Yeah, that's why. Freaking drink it properly. Sorry, super salty when people eat and drink in microphones. How about them Cowboys? Don't follow sports at all. If you guys want to talk about sports, go for it, but I know nothing about sports. Chat is broken for me. Try refreshing the page, that might help. If anybody else is having trouble with the chat, please let me know. Slurp on the mic and then shoot the jolt. Does anybody know how to pronounce that? C-E-D-A? Meh, sports. K. Sorry, Pretzel. Wish there was more I could do. That does not look too shabby, if I do say so myself. Okay, so we have 21 people in here. Seeds? Seeda? God, that sounds stupid. Seeda. God, that sounds really dumb. I was hoping it wasn't that, but that sounds just awful. Yay, it's working. Woo! Okay, so now we have 22 people in here. I'm about to show you guys a secret. And I have not told anyone. I've told, I think, 3 people. I think Callie Nerfer knows. I think all the moderators on Wacom server knows. Obviously, Wacom knows. Searing Phoenix, I think, knows. I think. But I have not told a lot of people. I'm going to try. Hold on, let me get it. Now, I don't want everybody freaking out. Because I'm not sure if I have the ability to do it or not. But I am going to attempt to mold the front piece. And I'm going to attempt to cast this in clear. And that is going to be the big thing. Now, that is why I was so confident that if I did enter this in the Merge Masters 2, I would most likely win. That's the only reason why I was so confident, is because this is going to make one hell of a picture. Even if this doesn't look right in person, it's going to make one hell of a picture. But the kind of specifications, there was like, you have to have it be a shotgun, and it's like, I don't know why you did that, and I kind of wasn't interested anymore. But this is, again, not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, but this is going to be a very, very, very expensive project. This is like enough material for multiple blasters, and that's even with how expensive I make my blasters. So that should give you some idea of how expensive this project is going to be. This is not cheap. This is not a cheap project, but I will try. I'm going to try. There's some things that I need to fix up. You can see some Sharpie marks, and I'm not going to explain what everything is. But I've already started to fill this just a little bit because I had some leftover putty from something else. I don't know how much of this I'm going to do on camera. But I'm going to try. Obviously, the front plate here. If I do, if I do manage to do this, I will be doing a very limited run sale of this. I don't even know if I'm going to make an Etsy listing for it. It'll be kind of like a request thing. Most likely. I might have it up on Etsy for a little bit, but this is not a mold I want to make again, so I will not be selling very many of these. This one's just going to be clear. Actually, this one's going to be crystal clear. Obviously, I'm not making crystal clear for anyone besides myself, so don't get your hopes up, but this is going to have a crystal clear set in it. I hope it turns out well. Maybe matrix mold. I won't reveal how I do any of that, but I have things in mind. Yes, clear, Vexing, and faint, right? That'd be kind of cool. I could use one of those for putting fairy. So yeah, that is my current plan, is to make. We actually haven't seen. Before we go any further, let me mute the mic so I can vacuum this up. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we haven't actually seen what this blaster looks like with the front piece in here. So I'm just going to do that really quick. If I can fit this in there. There we go. So that gives you some sort of idea of what it will actually... I bumped the mic, I apologize. What this will actually look like when it's finished. That does not look too shabby, if I do say so myself. Obviously the barrel piece is missing, but that gives you a better idea of what that will look like. I really like the look of that, which is also probably explaining why I'm putting the battery back here, because I could put it in the front still, but it's going to look kind of dumb with a big bright red battery on the front of this, and nothing on this blaster is going to be red. And then you'll have the battery kind of peeking out under here, and it's going to look kind of dumb, which is why I'm putting it back here. And also for the weight distribution, I'm putting a solid metal cage up here, Generation 3, so it's not the light version. I prefer the heavier version anyway. But then this entire thing is going to weigh a crap ton. And then I have the battery, the lipos back here. I have the alkalines back here for the LEDs. And so hopefully between those things, it'll start balancing out a little bit. But I still think it's going to be a little bit front heavy, to be quite honest. Let's see. It's kind of an integration. There's Just blaster, use, yeah. Let's see here, first strike. So, yeah, so you guys heard it here first. That's the first time I'm publicly announcing that, so, So, I don't plan on telling, like, widespreading it in a video or something for some time to come, until I probably actually finish this. But, okay, so I think what I'm going to attempt now is to get these shells apart. I will attempt that. There we go. I think what I'm going to attempt now is to actually cut out the window. And I think I'm going to mute the microphone. We were doing some tests yesterday, I think, and trying to figure out, might have been the day before. I think it was the day before. It was the day before. But we did some testing and see if the Dremel would make too much noise. Kinda was, kinda wasn't. Sort of, kind of, maybe. But I think I'm just going to mute the microphone. Let me know if everybody's okay with that. Is an issue of maybe talking there is small details. I'm killing orcs again. What are the things? Do you understand it? What are the things from D1 that you said they didn't bring back from Destiny 2? There's a lot of noise. It makes a lot of noise, but you can fix that. Can I fix that though? I just don't want to mess with my mic because then it's gonna ruin it after I go back to normal speaking. A little bit twisted up down here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I suppose I can. Well, I'm probably gonna be doing more sanding later, so I'm not gonna take off the glove. Move the mic closer, talk directly into it, and keep the Dremel away. That's going to be a little bit difficult because then I'm going to be like way out here, and usually I'm pretty close to my work when I do things. So that's, yeah, probably not going to be the best idea. And again, this isn't something I want to screw up. This is still my blaster that I'm working on, so I mean, I wouldn't want to screw up any blaster I'm working on, but I've never actually done a rapid strike before. There's no poles I'm gonna run into. Just a rapid strike. What? This is a rapid. If you're talking about this one, this is a rapid strike, and then a Raven, and then a Zeus back here. If you're talking about this. Okay, everybody, prepare yourself for 5 seconds. I'm going to just do a quick test. Are you bringing this to End War 2018? If they ever announce it, I probably. So I'm just going to test this really quick, just for a split second. Let me know what you guys think. So prepare yourselves. Turn down your mics a little bit if you're wearing headphones, or turn down your headphones, whatever. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. What do you guys think of that? And I'm just now realizing that I need a mask and stuff. Wasn't too bad. Not too bad. I have max volume. Probably shouldn't have done that. It's not bad. It's not bad. So, I'm going to be wearing my respirator just because I get really close to this stuff. And normally I wouldn't mind for like one project, but I do this quite a bit, and if I'm constantly breathing it in, that's not really good. Sorry, I have to go back in the chat, but I'll just call it plus use. I use Loctite. In particular, you can also use DevCon, but they're the exact same thing. Loctite's just generally more readily available. It's the plastic bonder. Look on the back, look for methacrylate in the warnings. That's what you're looking for. So I have a mask on now, but you guys should still be able to hear me just fine. And then this is for flying debris at my face, because that happens a lot. Yeah, no problem. Problem. My voice totally broke there. How did you get the integration so smooth? Practice. A lot of practice. And patience. So if this gets too loud, you guys are going to have to turn it down because I'm not going to be looking at the stream for a second. So I'm just warning everybody in the chat that you sound a little muffled. That's because I'm wearing a mask. But if this gets a little bit too loud, you're just going to have to turn down the stream for a second. So I do apologize. It's what you guys wanted. Yeah, it's a little loud. Where's my, I would do this with an X-Acto knife. Plastic's a little thick for an X-Acto knife. Going back in. Ahoy, Johnson. Prepare yourself, Johnson, if you're using headphones. I'm using a Dremel. Anyone new in the chat using a Dremel? 3, 2, 1. Screw the Dremel, bam, yeah, because it's just okay. Yeah, headphones, I'm alright. I have headphones, I'm alright. That's good. Okay. So now that I have the basic everything Dremeled out, obviously those lines are kind of rough, so I'll go back in with the Dremel and smoothen everything up. But I'm not really worrying about posts like I am on the Strife, because the Strife kind of has some posts that I need to watch out for. These are all pretty far away, so it should be okay. But otherwise, I would be coming from the back and doing this so I could look at the posts. But I think I'm okay to do it this way. Okay, starting the Dremel in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Sorry for the headphone death. If anybody joined during that, I apologize severely. But that should be it for the Dremel for now. So we should be okay. Sorry. Let me know how that was for you guys. I'm super concerned that that's like super loud, and I grabbed this halfway through because I realized if any, it's happened a lot. Molten plastin flies on my hand. It doesn't really hurt, but it's surprising, and it's not. You don't want to get surprised when you have a Dremel doing precision work. So I just use this to prevent that. Hi. Hello. It wasn't bad. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Dremel or rev strike in half. Too late. Already did Dremel in half. Technically, I used the bandsaw for most of that, but. So now I'll come back with the X-Acto knife and clean some of that up. There's still some flashing on there from molten plastic and stuff, so I'll just go back and clean some of that up. Also cut into this a little bit, so I'm just going to remove this altogether. There we go. Sorry, getting my head in the way, I apologize. Plastic burns so bad. Didn't finish Hawkeye, can you keep going? Hilarious. Kind of need to figure out what color scheme I'm going to go with before I mold the cover for this, because you'll see some of the resin actually when by the time all that's said and done. So I kind of need to figure out what color scheme I'm going to go with before I cast up the motor cover. So I guess it's time to start seriously considering color schemes here. So that's that. And then I'll have not this motor cover, but that will go on there like so. That's a nice little window. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. I like it when you do these on live streams. Thank you, I appreciate that. I had a recently moved on method. Found a Dremel will work mostly in my family needs sleep, so I don't use it. I hammer both sides while it's neon green and black. Definitely not. Going for something a little more subtle than that. So the reason why I need to come up with the color scheme for this first is because when I resin cast this, the color of this actually does matter, because when I put the polycarbonate over it like this, if you notice, there's still a little bit, when I glue this on there, there's still going to be a little bit of plastic showing through from where I glued it, and so I kind of want that to match my color scheme, and it's just a little bit of detail, but there's no point in not doing it. So let's see. what colors do I want? Now, the LEDs are going to be teal. They're going to be a turquoise color. So I need to go off of that. It's all going to be all clear parts. So when the clear parts are off, I don't want it to be boring, so it can't be one color. I don't want it to be the majority black. I definitely don't want it to be the majority black or a dark color because I don't want to get shot in the face. Because I actually want to use this outside. These streams are what I look forward to. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. It means a lot. So what am I gonna do? No dark colors, and it's got to match turquoise. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Maybe I'll do some of that thinking off camera. Vex themed paint job. I wonder what that would entail. I'd have to look that up. I'm afraid I would need like a red eye somewhere if it was going to be a Vex theme. Navy blue. I have thought about blue. I'll make it light blue and gray. I actually have thought about light blue and gray as well. That's interesting that you say that. Now that you're saying light blue and gray, that kind of makes me want to do light blue and gray again. Just tan. Hi, Ivan. If you guys keep being vulgar in the chat, I might have to ask you to stop doing that. I know you guys are just fooling around, but it gets old in the stream. It looks so cool, and then clear parts LEDs. Yeah, that would look pretty cool. I'll have to think more on that, but I gotta fill some of this with some spot putty, and I also have to sand some things. Oh god, what am I gonna do? So I have to sand this complete other side of the blaster. I have to apply some epoxy, some freaking spot putty on this. So what do you guys want me to? I also have to put some putty on the inside of here. So what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to do the putty? Do you want me to do the spot putty? Or do you want me to do more sanding on the shell? Let me know what you guys want. I agree with the light blue and gray. What shade of gray? I mean, I don't see why not Ethereal Fortress gray. IGTG just saying, see you pretzel, thank you for stopping by, appreciate it. You staying as long as you have. Remember, if you did gray and light blue, it would help make that distinction. Sanding, it's 1 vote for sanding. Insert vulgar comment. Spot putty, what do you guys think about the resin Strafe Naptown did? I saw that thing in person, it's really nice. That's one reason why I don't recommend using UV LEDs though, is his parts have yellowed severely. Clear parts will tend to do that with UV lights or any sort of UV radiation from like the sun or something, unless you put some sort of additive into the resin, which I don't have, like some sort of resistant UV resin. But it looked good. There's a few bubbles where he did the resin, but that kind of can't be helped with his setup. Make it red and call it Rapid Strike Vulcan. Red Strike Vulcan. You're skilled. Thank you. Red, blue, and yellow. Oh god. Just make it like a Lego brick color. So kind of all over the place with suggestions here. I hear that there's at least 50 shades of gray. Hey! Good joke. Good joke. He's got the jokes. Take a bottle of swig of water. Oh, did my stream loaded for a second. Am I still here? That was weird. Red and yellow, name it the hot dog stand. Stop. Make the colors of Shadow Price. I don't think that would look too great with the LEDs I'm going to be using. And that's just Vanguard colors, right? Shadow price. So I'm kind of I'm an olive. I'm kind of all over the place with suggestions, so I think I'm just gonna do what I feel like doing, and that's tipping over everything. So this shouldn't take too long to put this on here, so I'm gonna do that. I wonder where I put the spot putty though. Not actually sure where I put the spot putty. Oh, found it. Add some sky blue as well. Make it brown. All brown. Make it neon clear. You're hilarious, Ivan. Did you use to be into Lego? Used to be. You're funny. Used to be. I asked for nothing but Legos from the time I was 2.5 till I was 17. Excuse me. And I asked for nothing but Legos. I have a lot of Legos, to be quite honest. I'll just do a Theory of Fortress remake because it is. I kind of don't want to do the Theory of Fortress color scheme again, just because I've been there, done that. How about the stuff I used on the Kenner Strife? I used that paint. That'd be interesting. I don't know if it's a little too gaudy for like that one was designed to be over the top with like the RGB LEDs and stuff, but I don't know if I don't know. It's a little flashy, I think, for this one. Where am I? White, black, gray, sky blue accents. I don't want too many colors. I win. Throw it away and buy a deploy. That was. Did you used to be into Lego? I'm still into Lego. I don't play with them as much as I would like, or as much as I used to, just because time constraint. But yes, I absolutely love Legos. Lucky enough that my fiance is into them as well. Gold accents with gold, teal, and white. Oh God, Gavin, that's terrible. I hate gold. I would wonder if he likes Nerf. I wonder if he likes Nerf. It's okay. Teal, not real. There's a little bit of stuff I don't want on there. There we go. Just kind of cake it on there and then sand away later. Larger the gap, the harder it is to fill with this stuff, because it doesn't want to fill in the larger gaps. It's not meant for that. It's more meant for hairline stuff. Make it work. Not want to cooperate around this seam, that is for sure. Everybody ever heard of something called Mock Pages for Lego? It's a website. You guys might be a little young for that. Used to be like the place that you would go to share your Lego creation, and a bunch of people are on there. I think it's kind of dead now, but I used to be on there. I'm about to say screw this and just start using my finger. Screw this. Sometimes it's just easier. Especially on the interior of this. Sorry, gotta remember to keep this in frame. Not forgetting about you guys, I promise. Sorry, kind of neglecting the chat. On a scale of 1 geek, how geeky is your fiance? I'd say a 7, slowly turning. She started as a 5, so she's slowly turning to the dark side. Like, she hates Star Trek, still hates Star Trek, but we were watching something of the Next Generation, my family, and she started getting into that episode in particular. And then it went to another one, and she was watching that, and then like we turned it off or something, and she caught herself like being like, no, I want to watch that. And like right before she said it, I saw the look in her eye, and it was too late. And I was like, you actually enjoyed Star Trek. And she's like, I did not. So she's slowly turning into the dark side. Sorry, I've missed a lot of messages. I apologize. I hate the Crucible. A lot of people hate the Crucible. I try to avoid it as much as I can. It's not terrible. I'm not bad at it, but it's just full of such toxic behavior and people. I just try to avoid it. She's definitely not into Nerf, though. That's okay. She likes Legos, and that's all that counts. That's all I can ask of her. Okay, so that's sufficiently caked on there. So I will now leave that to dry. A little bit more, hold on. Trying to fill one space in particular, it's not wanting to fill. There we go. Okay, well, that's all I need to do for that for now. Wow, that is... Wow. Focus, focus, focus. A little bit of color issue there. Kind of looking cold, that's okay. So, that's all caked on there. Just set that aside. That didn't take too terribly long. Blah blah blah. Make the handles and stock blocks. There's some. She hates Mega Bloks. Turns out she. It turns out. Blah. Excuse me. There's some messages that I missed. Going like further up, but I'm not gonna bother going up the chat, so I apologize. But I don't want to scroll all the way back up. So it's time once again to clear some of this garbage. So I will mute the microphone here just for a split second so I can vacuum up some of this stuff. Give me 1 second. because no one wants to hear a vacuum. Okay. So I think I'm done with this side of the shelf for now, so we can put this away. And now the dreaded next part. Oh God, kill me. I just want it all to end. So according to my math, this should be another 11 hours of sanding. So this should be the next several parts. However, if you notice the time, it's just about 2 hours, and that's about as much stamina as I have to sit down in one session for these sanding projects. When soldering starts to come around at near the end of this project, or at the very end of this project, I can totally do this for a number of hours longer than this, but this gets really tiring. It's just life draining. So I'm probably going to end this here soon. So if you guys have any last questions, any last comments, any last things that you want to say in the chat, go ahead and do those now. As I take a drink of my water. Make it gold. Definitely not making it gold. What motors are you putting in the pusher? I want to do an XP180, but that's going to kind of unbalance how many XP180s I have, so I'm still not 100% sure, but knowing me, it's going to be an XP180. Bye, Hawkeye. Thank you for the amazing stream. When you do start solder stream, could you do it on a weekend? I will do my best, because I know a lot of people are in school and stuff, so I will keep that in mind. Slurp it. Bye, Ben. See you, Caleb. Goal, thank you very much. Not time struck. Continue turning your fiance. I will do my best. See you, man. You're an awesome inspiration. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate your kind words. No. Just the white stripe is gold, not the whole blaster. Oh, okay. Still, I don't really like gold. I'd sooner do silver. God, that looks completely off. Like, I thought that looked good before, but next to, like, when all the colors removed and stuff, like, that looks completely awful. This looks freaking awesome. I'm really not trying to toot my own horn. I apologize. That sounded like, oh man, look at my awesome work, everybody. Look how awesome it is. That's not what I meant to do. I'm sorry. Blue because white, gray because monochromatic. You must toot it. Oh, hey, welcome. Sup? You come at literally the very end of the stream, but I still appreciate it anyway. A wild lurker appears. I think that was I meant to do the Pokemon like, but I think that just became Star Wars. Yeah, that's how I do good work, by the way. Thank you, I appreciate that. Welcome. Well, why? Hello there. How do I join Welcome server? If you click on any one of his videos, he should have it in the description. And there's a link to there. It's in the description of all my videos. Yeah. Offer human sacrifice. Got to make the sacrifice in the right place though, otherwise you're just killing someone. Yeah, I'll do that later. See, Ivan knows. I might take a couple hours break, and then later on tonight, what I might do is maybe do some sanding, but I might just do some epoxy work tonight, just so I can let that dry overnight. and it's one less thing to worry about, because I do want to get the bracer piece fit in the stock point, and then I also want to get the other half of the shell held up. So might do another stream tonight, but no promises. If you wish murder, can you do cast a rampage jam door? Not. It's kind of tough for me to cast anything that I'm not working on myself. It's kind of hard for me to justify the time and the expenses going into something. So I'm gonna be honest, probably not. I'm just curious. If you want to murder someone, cut them up and use them in integration. Integrate a strife into them, for sure. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you guys for all sticking around as long as you did. I really, really appreciate. There's some people that have been here since the beginning of the stream, and that was 2 hours and 7 minutes ago. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And turn on your keyboard first and end stream.